Hello, everybody. Norman Rice, Chief Operating Officer at Extreme Networks, and I am joined by a very special guest today, John Martin from NASCAR. John, tell us a little about yourself.
I've been with NASCAR for about 15 years now. I've been lucky to sort of be in the sports business, sports media technology business, I suppose, for almost 30 years. But currently, I work in what's called event and media technology. So any technology that really touches our consumers or our fans, whether they're at the venue itself or potentially getting that content at home while the live event is going on. I work with a large team of technicians and engineers who make all of that content delivery possible.
Great, thank you. And you and your teams were really tested over the past couple of years. First of all, we had the COVID year where you had no fans and everything was remote and everything was for, at home. Switching over to this year, back to big time production, hundreds of thousands of fans live, along with all your streaming fans. Tell us about that and how you were able to adapt.
Yeah, I imagine everybody went through that. It's interesting, we had a lot of technology sort of, I'll say on the shelf or things we were pursuing, but I think the pandemic just sped that up for everyone. So we're lucky. Our sport lends itself to technology in the form of iRacing. So even though we couldn't have live events, we transitioned right into gaming, basically iRacing, and had our professional drivers compete in an iRacing league that became very popular on television as well as on all platforms. So that was something we discovered we could do a lot faster than we thought we would, and that league continues right now. Again, we're lucky. We're one of the only sports that you can learn on a simulator and then become an actual driver. In fact, William Byron, one of our stars, learned on a simulator before he ever got in the car and is now racing in the top series. I think we also learned, as we all did, that there are ways to do remote productions. We have a productions division here that relies heavily on technology, working again closely with Extreme on some of the initiatives they have. But we learned that remote production was very possible. Things we knew we could do, but didn't know how fast we could do it. So you've got people announcing the event who aren't even at the event, but they can see the event. So we had to be able to scale down the amount of people going to a live event, and we're able to work in sort of again, I don't want to say a virtual world, but use the technology available to us to bring the live races to fans, even when we couldn't send a lot of staff to the races. So once we got back, we were able to sort of reevaluate how many people we need to put on the road. The other great thing, of course, I think, and every, I would say, sport is going this way, how many things you can do without having to touch, right? Just contactless, the ability to just use your phone or to swipe something instead of actually physically touching it. We've really gone hard into those or deep into those technologies. And again, Extreme helping us go down those roads as we're learning. So I think those were some of the big things we learned through the pandemic. And I think everyone...
that must have been really...
A whole lot more.
Yeah, it must have been really unique for a driver to play themselves on a game and then get out and actually drive around the course as well. So that must have been surreal and a surreal experience. Well, as you moved into, and you were talking at the end there about mobile ticketing, mobile concessions, all of the things that are, now a requirement or different ways of interacting. These are technologies that have been around for a while in various formats. And now it's been pushed to the forefront because the fans and the league and your teams are demanding it. It's now a requirement. So tell us a bit about some of those technologies.
Yeah, it's a good point. I mean, it's just expected now. It's expected that you're going to make my experience a whole lot easier with the technology deployed. We've got lots of sort of different angles of technology here at NASCAR. One, the car itself lends itself to a whole lot of technology. The video production and what we do from a video standpoint. I talked about the iRacing, but the point you're making is that in-venue experience, that fan experience. That's something we really had to accelerate. And one of our big projects is deploying really dense Wi-Fi at all of our venues. We sometimes don't have the luxury of being in a major market, so we're in more rural areas, and so partnering with Verizon, and then of course Extreme partnering with Verizon with us, we've deployed some really strong, dense Wi-Fi networks that can handle the type of content that our fans want at an event. So it's one thing to sort of make sure they can order something and their phone's working, or they're, you can do everything, as you said, contactless. The key for us though is that fan experience in the stands. NASCAR is very unique in that you can actually watch the video of your driver while you're in the stands, or you can listen to him talk to his crew chief, or you can listen to the officials as they call out penalties. We have audio channels and video channels available to all fans. You can do that in your home, but then you also can get it in the venue. And to do that with the amount of crowds you have in the areas we are located, move that much content requires a real good technology partner. And again, we were lucky that we found Extreme, and you guys have helped us deploy those solutions to handle that sort of, again, expectation from our fans.
Yeah, thanks, John. Thanks for that explanation as well. And one thing you're referencing, so we just announced that Extreme's become part of NASCAR's technology partner platform. Tell us a little bit about the technology partner platform.
Yeah, it's it's sort of an evolution for NASCAR. When I talk about it, one of the things I always mention when I bring someone to a track for the first time, or even someone who thinks they know racing, and when you bring them there, they're always awed by the amount of technology going on. The car itself is just a technological marvel, and then getting all the data off the car, moving that data wherever it needs to get to, whether it's a digital platform, a phone, our TV broadcasters, and now gambling partners. Everybody wants that, and they want it in real time, and it has to be accurate. And so getting all of the data points off the car, which can be upwards of 300 highly technical data points, is really something that wows people. So we have always brought our partners together, and we started bringing them once a year to an event and trying to get them to sort of know each other. And it was really those partners that pushed back and said, hey, you should do this more often. And I think that's where the idea of a NASCAR technology partner platform came about, where we could take it to the next level and really get people collaborating, sharing their best ideas, learning our technology initiatives at NASCAR, and then becoming a deeper part of where we're going and helping us really, roadmap ourselves for the future, because we know where we want to go, but we really need good technology partners who are best in class to show us how they've gotten there and how they've done it potentially with other venues, or to let us know what the latest technologies are and where they're heading. So we think the NASCAR Technology Partner Platform is a great way for really strong technology companies to get more involved in our sport and become more of almost like a guiding strategy group to show us where things are going and how they can help us. So
yeah, it's that incubator the incubator for the future, right? And all these groups collaborating. And this is where I'm going to give a segue and shout out to our friends at Verizon Business. So they've been a great partner for all of us, for you and for us, and the leadership that Sam Path, Mike Runke, Scott Lawrence and team have brought to the table has been terrific. So we're very pleased to be partnered there and working together with you. Today we're deployed at one venue, and in the future we're going to be deployed across many. And we've got a great future ahead of us together to be delivering these types of solutions. So I do want to segue over to, we are at the end of the season. So this is the official end of the NASCAR season, and next season starts in a few months, but you have a unique start to next season. You want to just tell us about that as a forecast to what's happening in the future?
Boy, you're good, Norman. I'm focused on our championship weekend. You're correct, but you bring up some of the things we're doing at NASCAR, which we are challenging ourselves to go to all kinds of new venues. And yeah, we're starting the season next year at the LA Coliseum. Groundbreaking for us. I think it's groundbreaking for that venue. February 6th, if I'm not mistaken, we will be running cars around that track. It's still in the I would say development stages. We know we're booked there. The interesting thing for us is the LA Coliseum has already got such great technology there, and if I'm not mistaken, I think you guys have already partnered with them. So I really feel as if we're really just setting new ground by going to these new venues, and we're really excited to bring cars to LA Coliseum. What a vibrant market. It's right before the Super Bowl, and we think it's going to be just a wonderful, wonderful experience for our fans.
Yeah, and you are correct. So the LA Coliseum is an Extreme customer. So hopefully that the customers have, they start to see what that experience is like as we build. And we're really looking forward to seeing what types of cars are going to be on display there, and what we're going to see from NASCAR. And like you mentioned, it's the week before the Super Bowl, where Extreme is the official Wi-Fi analytics provider for the NFL and has been for many years, along with many other customers. And we're going to bring that same visibility to you and your teams for NASCAR in the future, so that we're able to provide the analytics and insights that you need to help improve the fan experience, get that real-time feedback on usage, and learn what do we need to do better to help support our fans. So with that, I'm going to close it out with, what should fans expect next season when they head to the racetracks?
Oh gosh, we've been coming off such a really good run right now. The racing is as good as it's ever been. We've got 4 pretty stout drivers competing for that championship. I think you'll see NASCAR continue to push into new venues and new areas of the country. We've got a race out in Portland, Oregon next year, which we're excited about. We'll be in St. Louis for the first time. I think you're going to see, as we deploy these stronger Wi-Fi networks out at our tracks, the ability for our fans to just enjoy the event even more, to get more content on their devices when they're in the venue, as well as while they're at home. I think you'll see us continue to push down that road. It's what we know the fans want. The tight, close racing that NASCAR has, and then to get as much data as they can and much content as they can from those cars in a live setting. We will continue to push down those roads.
Well, it's an exciting year ahead. We have a great finish to the season, and we look forward to continuing to build our partnership and have a great next several years, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you, John Martin. Appreciate you being on here with us and sharing the news with the rest of the world about Extreme becoming a technology platform partner of NASCAR. Thank you.
Thanks.
So long.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yep.